Welcome to week 6, everyone. This week, we are going to focus on instructional strategies to assist struggling readers and students of diversity, including English language learners. You're also going to be examining your own personal cultural views through a taxonomy of cultural responsiveness. You're also going to continue to develop understanding of a key educational topic, which is through your research paper. And you're going to develop strategies for writing in the content areas. Chapter 11 in our text, Subject Matters, is what your assigned reading is for this week. It is Help for Struggling Readers. The PowerPoint presentation this week the read aloud is How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World, which is one of my favorite books to share with students. Here is that taxonomy of cultural responsiveness that I was talking about. I think that most of us fall, yes, we have compliance with it. Yes, we are aware of it. And we're also sensitive to cultural responsiveness. I'm not sure that there are many of us that are competent and are actually responsive to it. Things to be aware of. Principles Guiding Instruction of Second Language Speakers. Here is a glossary of acronyms and abbreviations that are often thrown around when talking about English language learners, which can be quite confusing. How can we facilitate the academic growth of ELLs? Well, first of all, you have to make a strong commitment to the success of those students. We want to show respect and interest in their cultural backgrounds. Emphasize functional communication in the classroom. Modify the language that you use during instruction and make instructions as clear as possible. Use non-print resources and human resources to scaffold your instruction. Establish consistent and explicit classroom patterns and routines. Here's some resources that you might find helpful for teaching English language learners. Struggling readers. First, you want to know what they can do, not what they can't do. What can they do, and build on that strength. Have high expectations for struggling readers. If we know their strength and we build on that, then they are going to be able to reach our expectations. Make sure that you increase the time that struggling readers spend actually reading and writing, and teach them effective strategies for each. Give them explicit instruction. Be sure tasks are within their control and allow them to make choices of those tasks. Make your directions clear and repeat several times if needed. And make sure that you are modeling for these students, as with any student. Principles for working with struggling readers. You want to provide predictability and routine for these students. Give them short-term goals, help them get started, check in on them often, and reward their success. And make sure that you put struggling readers in heterogeneous groups. As always, they can use technology as a support, and you want to highlight and applaud their work. Make sure that you have extensive, varied collections of books at suitable levels in your classroom. Provide book talks that cater to those who are reading on easier levels. Help the students to design and give book talks to each other. Work with parents, create that home-school connection or school-to-home connection. Encourage them to read 20 to 30 minutes each night. Check on their home reading. And make sure that you direct attention to features of nonfiction text and how to take information from them. As said earlier, you want to conference with struggling readers more frequently than your other students. You want to observe their oral reading frequently and to note their word-solving strategies. Make a computer or iPad available for those who struggle with handwriting. Seat struggling readers next to classmates who serve as good role models. And help them to find books that are easier to read and talk with them about those books. You want to support students' ability to construct meaning when reading. How are you going to do that? Well, you're going to provide book introductions that link content of the text to the student's background knowledge. And if you need to, you're going to build that background knowledge. You want to talk about rich conversations about the text. You want to have rich conversations about text before the reading, during the reading, and after the reading. Reading is not a silent time in a classroom. There's lots of conversation happening. Word-solving strategies. You want to teach struggling students effective strategies for taking words apart. Not saying sound it out, because we don't want them to hiss and spit through a word trying to sound it out, because they're going to forget everything they've read up to that point. So you want to teach them to look for patterns in words. Do you know a word like that? What do you know that can help you? Think what the story has been about. What would make sense there? Work with their writing to draw attention to conventions. Only focus on one or two conventions at a time. Talk about words with students, all students. Find ways to help students connect words. use tools to help students understand words, and use games and puzzles to support word learning. You have your discussion forum, which is over chapter 11, and your PowerPoint response activities from the PowerPoint. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. As I have mentioned previously in this course, before submitting your research paper, week 7, please run it through a plagiarism checker. There are several available online for free. Grammarly.com is one of them. Chegg.com and Viper, all of those are free. Please, please check your paper before you submit it. Thank you.